What's good, everybody? My name's Hamza, and I've sold over $5 million on Amazon, and I honestly wish this tool existed when I was first getting started. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to use Stealth Seller to automate your product sourcing for Amazon FBA so you can find profitable products faster and let AI do the heavy lifting for you. And if you stick around until the end, I'm going to show you guys how you can try this for absolutely free. Here's the problem. Most Amazon sellers are spending hours and days digging through storefronts, trying to spot profitable products, but just coming up empty-handed. But Stealth Seller fixes that. It tracks and surfaces profitable storefronts automatically. Then it uses advanced filters and AI to pull the best, most recently profitable products in minutes instead of hours. So let me show you how it works. I typically know, especially whenever you're considering a new software, you're like, is this something that I really need? And so I figured if I show you guys how to use it, bunch of tips and tricks for how to take advantage of it and exactly what it does for you, I think it'll make a lot more sense. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. Let's not waste any time. I have a little bit of a presentation put together, and then we will also flip back and actually take a look at the Stealth Seller page. I'm going to show you guys how I utilize this tool and what it's been able to do for me. So even today, I'm going to show you guys a ton of products that I found, how I found them profitably, and what Stealth Seller was able to do for me to be able to get there. So here I have a few points that I put together, why Stealth Seller makes sense for new and existing sellers, understanding storefront stalking and why using Stealth Seller is a much better approach, what Stealth Seller is able to do for you and how to take advantage. So the reason I put these points here is because before we actually just get into talking directly about Stealth Seller, what it is, how it works, and how you're going to be using it, I figured even if you're someone that's relatively new, I want you to understand why Stealth Seller makes so much sense, right? When it comes to selling name brand products on Amazon, for example, something like this is selling on Amazon for $82. I'm able to purchase this product for $37.49. That leaves me with $13 profit and 36% ROI. And of course, that is after including all of the fees that go into me selling this product. The crazy part is I didn't even realize I was including prep fees, but if I take out those prep fees, this product is going to be just a little bit more profitable as well. So let me just switch that to 0. Let me go back. Let me refresh this page. And let's see. Okay, there we go. It already refreshed it. So $14.99 profit, 39% ROI on this profitable product. Now, our goal selling these products on Amazon, of course, is to be able to purchase and find more of these products as well, right? A product like this, maybe I start off by purchasing 20 to 30 units. So it has the ability of making me $300 profit in a single month. That's awesome. My goal is to be able to find 10 more of these products. So I'm able to make $3,000 in a single month, and then so on and so forth, right? So when it comes to finding products just like this, we all understand that there's so many products on Amazon. There's over 700 million products on Amazon, right? So you can't just randomly be looking around for profitable products. You need to have a very specific strategy to be able to find them. And if you've already started looking around, whether it be on YouTube or you're paying attention to your coaches, a lot of people are going to teach you several different ways of sourcing, but the one that makes the most sense for beginners is storefront stalking and reverse sourcing, right? And so the whole idea behind that has always been, since we're selling this profitable product, we know that we're able to buy this for $37.49. And just to give you a little bit of proof, you can see this product here is $49.99 on the brand's website. They're offering 25% off right now on any non-sale items. So this would qualify for that. And when you do that, $49.99 minus 25%, you're left with the $37.49 price point, right? So I just wanted to show you guys exactly how I found this profitably. Now, it's safe to assume that the 10 other sellers on this listing are doing the same thing as me. They were able to find this product online for a cheaper price, and now they're selling it back on Amazon for a profit, right? So since we know that these sellers are doing the same thing as us, what everyone learns to do is use some sort of tool like SellerAmp, and everyone is used to opening up multiple of these storefronts and then storefront stalking through them, right? So it's the idea of looking at their profile. This person has 589 products. The next person has 600 products. The next person has 58. The next person has 81. And the last person has another 540 products. Now, the idea here is, hey, if they have one profitable product, chances are they're running the same business as us and they're going to have other profitable products. And I agree with that. Although that is true, when you actually open up these people's storefronts, there's one main issue you run into. If you're new, you might not know this yet, but if you already have experience, you know that we have to search search through hundreds of products on these sellers' accounts just to be able to find a couple of products that actually work for us and are profitable. But why is that the case, right? Why is it that if I know they're doing the same thing as me, finding products like this, why can't I just go to their profile, search up all of these other products, and then find them for a profitable price as well? Right? How come it doesn't work that way? Let's say we take a look at this Adidas product. It tells us that we need this for $15, but when we search it up, maybe it's not available for $15 anywhere, right? I see this one. This one's just a little bit different than what we're actually looking for. And so the product's not available, but that doesn't mean that this seller right here is not making money. Obviously, they're buying this product to sell back on Amazon in order to be able to make a profit. So what I tell people is this: it's not that this person right here that we're looking at, it's not that they have some sort of secret supplier that they're buying from. The reality is we're just late to the party, right? Maybe they bought this a few weeks ago during Black Friday when there was an extra sale on this product. Maybe they bought it a couple months before that during Labor Day weekend when there was some sales for this product. Or maybe it was in stock on a certain website for a lower price, but now it's sold out. So the reality is, although these people are running the same business as us, they're finding products online for a cheap price and they're selling them back on Amazon for a profit. When you're scrolling through your profile, these products are not in any order, right? This is not their top selling product and it's not their most recently posted product, right? So you're not going in any order. You're randomly looking at people's old products. And the problem with that is, okay, so as I was saying, my mouse just died real quick, but what I was saying was, since you're looking at old products, you're not going to find most of these profitably. And I always used to tell my students that you're going to have to search through hundreds of listings just to be able to find something that meets your criteria and is also found profitably online. Any of you guys that have spent days, weeks, months, or any amount of time searching for products using this strategy, you guys already know this to be true. So here's what we do instead, and here's where Stealth Seller comes into play. Since we already know that these sellers are running the same business as us, we don't want to be wasting our hours, days, and weeks searching through these really big profiles that have hundreds of products, because that takes a lot of time, right? Another 600 products here, 58 products here, another 540 products here. So there's a lot of listings to look through. And like I mentioned, we don't have time to waste, but we already know that these people are running the same business as us. So here's what I do instead. Instead of spending my time looking through these 600 products, I just copy the seller ID and I head over to Stealth Seller. Now, here's where I'm going to start getting into a lot of what Stealth Seller has to offer, and this will explain exactly how it works. Now, instead of clicking on through that seller's profile like we were talking about, right, I copied their seller ID. And what I'm able to do is I'm able to show up to Stealth Seller, I'm able to click this plus sign, and I can paste that seller ID, and I can add this seller to my Stealth Seller account. So it seems like I already have that seller, but you guys get the point. You can find those sellers and you can add them back to Stealth Seller, right? What happens is, and I'll just remove this privacy mode to show you, every time I add a seller, they get added to my list of sellers on Stealth Seller that I am monitoring myself. And you can see I have a pretty extensive list of sellers that I've been able to add, and you'll be able to do the same exact thing, right? The whole idea here is, instead of you spending all of your hours looking through these people's profiles, you can now have them do all of the heavy lifting for you. So what'll happen is every single time they post a new product, you will get a notification. So if I clicked on this seller, instead of me looking at all of their old products, I'd rather look at the ones that were recently posted, because if somebody just recently bought this, listed it on Amazon, that means it's probably available somewhere online for a cheaper price, right? So that's already a huge plus. Now, my favorite part about this is, when I started on any regular listing, what I normally would do is I would go through this entire list of sellers and I would click through each profile one at a time. I would go through these hundreds of products, then I would skip to the next seller, go through these hundreds of products, then go to the next seller, go through these hundreds of products. And that would take me so much time going one seller at a time. With Stealth Seller, I can actually just add as many sellers as I want. Well, I can add up to 200 sellers right now. And instead of going one seller at a time, I can click all sellers. And now it's allowing me to storefront stock up to 200 sellers at once. So not only am I seeing fresh notifications, but these are coming from all different sellers. Let me show you once again. You can see NW deals, you can see Diamond State Distribution, you can see the collector's aisle. So these are all people that have been posting recently, and I'm getting notifications as they upload products onto Amazon. So why is this helping me out? I always ask people a simple question. Who do you think is going to find more profitable products? You going one seller at a time, looking at old products, or me, Storefront stocking up to 200 sellers at once and only spending time on the recently posted products that I know I have a much higher chance at being able to find profitably, right? That's definitely going to be the much better route. So as I add sellers, I'm getting these notifications and I'm able to go through my all sellers feed and start checking these products. But even here, I don't want to spend time looking through all different products through this feed, because even on SellerAmp, one thing that we understand is every single product is not a good product, right? This product doesn't actually have good monthly sales. This is an inaccurate number, right? This product, they were trying to sell for 85, but it's only selling for 79 now. The prices are starting to drop 42 to 31, right? So, and this listing doesn't have a buy box. So a lot of these listings actually, not only are they old, but they don't make sense to look at. With Stealth Seller, not only are you saving time by Storefront stocking through listings that are recently posted, but you can also filter out any products that don't meet your criteria. So there's a couple of ways to go about this. I can click on the filters and I can manually apply some of these. For example, I can click monthly sold, and then I'll head over to the middle and I will say, hey, I'm looking for products that have at least 50 plus monthly sales, and I'll apply that filter and it'll filter down to only show me products that meet that criteria. And I can stack that up with other filters such as, hey, is Amazon on the listing? And maybe as a beginner, you don't know when it makes sense to compete with Amazon, so you're not wanting to compete with them, and you'll click no, I don't want to see Amazon on the listing, and you'll be able to apply that filter as well. So you can stack multiple filters. Another cool option that we created is our smart filters. I can also just talk to my screen. I can say, hey, show me products that have over 49 monthly sales, a buy box of at least $8. I don't want to see Amazon on the listing, and make sure to exclude books, movies, and clothing. So I'll be able to say that. It'll listen to exactly what I say. And when I click search, it'll just take a quick second and it'll apply those filters and show me products that actually meet my criteria, right? It usually doesn't take that long. It froze up just for a second, but now it's only showing me those recently posted products that actually meet my criteria. My favorite part is once I apply a filter, I can actually save that filter, either save the current ones, and once I've saved them, I don't have to reapply them. I can just click this button. So you can see here I have my go-to filter. Let's just apply that one and let's stick to that one. Now I'm looking at a list of products that has recently been posted that I have a good probability of finding, and they meet my criteria. So I'm not wasting my time looking at things that don't. Does that make sense? Now, what I really wanted to compare is when it comes to storefront stocking, with SellerAmp or any other tool, I typically tell people that if you were to scroll through 100 products that meet your criteria, you would maybe find one or two of them profitably, meaning you find 1 to 2% of products that you search through for a profitable price. And that used to be worth it, right? At the end of the day, there's so many of these products that are making you such good profit that even putting in the work to find a couple of good products was something that's been worth spending time on. But that's where people get frustrated. When you're spending so much time and you're not getting results, it doesn't really feel that good. So with Stealth Seller, we've really been able to change the game. Just on this first page of products, you can see I've already went ahead and bookmarked some listings because these are listings that I already found profitably just on this first page. Now, there's 22 products that I found profitable on this first page. There's been a few that were just posted while I've been recording this video, right? Just in the last 6 minutes. So some of those pushed some of my products down. But what I wanted to be able to show you guys is the fact that instead of just barely finding any profitable products, I'm now able to let other people do the hard work for me. I'm able to see freshly posted products. I'm able to filter down to only see the ones that meet my criteria. And let me tell you guys the craziest part, right? One of the newest features that we added to Stealth Seller was the AI search results. So as I turn on these AI search results, not only is Stealth Seller notifying us of recently posted products from all different sellers, but it's also automatically searching online to see where we might be able to find some of these products for a cheaper price. So you can see this product, $13, it's $4.97 at Walmart, right? And all of the products that I bookmarked as well, you'll see I was just able to find for a cheaper price directly through the search results that Stealth Seller provided me. This product selling for about $30. It's available directly from the brand's website for $15, right? As I scroll down through some of the other bookmarked products, like this Paw Patrol that's available at Walmart, like these cards that are available at multiple different sources for a profitable price. This product that's selling for $18, that's at Target for $7.27. And the cool thing is, not only do I no longer have to click Google search because the results are popping up, but I also don't have to waste time checking between websites because I'm able to hover over this and see, hey, it is in stock and it is on sale. So that's something that's really awesome. This Lakeshore product, the one that we started with, right, for our examples, it was literally posted a few hours ago, maybe while I was asleep, and we found the source for that product directly from the brand's website as well. We can see it selling for above $80. So Stealth Seller has made this entire sourcing process so easy for me, and all I had to do was start from profitable listings, go through these sellers, add them into Stealth Seller, and let them do the heavy lifting. Now, every day when I open up Stealth Seller, I just filter down to products that meet my criteria. I scroll down this first page of 100 products, and I just stop wherever it makes sense. If I see that this product is $66 and it's available for just $25, right? And that same exact product is available multiple places. Well, now I know I found a profitable product, right? If I show you guys multiple of these, check this one out, $59. And it's available here at Sephora. It's in stock, $25 is what it's available for. That's leaving me with 79% ROI and $19, almost $20 in profit, right? One of the next products that I showed you, $17 on Amazon. There's over 3,000 people buying this product every single month, and this product's available. Ooh, it was available. Let me show you. It might have sold out. Okay, so I think it is still available here. There's multiple of these at Walmart for $5. Just wanted to show you guys. But this product, even because it's selling so fast, right? This is something you know you can easily sell a lot more units of. That's almost $1,000 in profit from just one product. And I'll continue to show you guys a few more. Check out this Target lead, right? We know one thing that I saw on the brand's website is they changed their packaging. So when I found this product profitable at Target, I knew it wasn't a different product. I knew the packaging has just been changed. Now they have $14.99 as the sale price at Target. And at $14.99, this product is actually not a profitable product for us. But the good thing is there's a deal that they have, $10 off if you spend $40, right? So in order to spend $40, we need to buy 3 units of this. And if we bought 3 units of this, that would get us a $10 gift card that we could apply on our next order. So in reality, for every 6 units that we buy, right? So I'm gonna multiply this by 6, we're getting $10 off. And if I divide that by 6 again, I actually see I'm getting each unit for $13.32 on average, which leaves me with over 30% ROI. So Stealth Seller is literally finding me all of these results, and I'm just going through and seeing how they are profitable. So $8.49, and what I did here was I applied the 15% off that you get for spending over $50. I know there's extra discounts I can apply here, but I just wanted to give you guys some of these examples on how I'm finding multiple profitable products. And this benefits me in a few ways. When you're first getting started, there's a few bottlenecks that you might have in your business. You either have enough capital and you can't find enough products. Well, this is going to find you a lot more profitable products for the time that you're spending on this business, just because everything makes a lot of sense this way, right? That's number one. Number two is if you're someone that's new and you're looking for something that's easier to ungate, the reality is you need to look for products that have 10 units. If you're just finding more products in general, right? You have a tool like this that allows you to find more products in general, then what's going to happen is you're going to end up finding a bunch of products. Some of them might not work for you, but you're going to find the few that do, and you get started with those. As you build sales history, you'll be able to go back and purchase all of the profitable products that you found. So that's something that's pretty awesome. Now, here's what I'm going to do from this point forward. I'm going to show you guys some of these products. I'm going to show you guys the real capability. I'm going to go back to my presentation, give you guys some tips and tricks, show you a little bit more about how to navigate Stealth Seller. That way you're able to take full advantage of it yourself. Now, if we just go through some of these products, this product right here, and just to actually give you an idea, when you bookmark any of your products, right? Any of these products that we find profitably and we bookmark, let me see where some of my other ones are, like this product, right? All of these show up in your saved products page. So I'm able to see all of the profitable products I found in just one spot. So I just wanted to show you guys, you can see all of these products are posted within like the last 24 hours that I just filtered through and found profitably. So all of these examples that I am about to go through, you guys are going to be able to see that they're all on this page. It just proves to you that I found them from Stealth Seller. So this product right here is available directly from the brand's website. You actually get an extra 15% off. And so if I apply that 15% off, I actually have a little bit more profit, but even without it, it was already really good. So that's one profitable product. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a simple count. If all I did was buy 20 units of this product, nothing too crazy, that's $200 in profit. If we look at the next product, same idea here. Let's just say I buy a simple 20 units, right? That's another $300 in profit. So we're at $500 in profit. Let's say for this product, over 30% ROI, $15 profit, just to show you I'm getting 10% off of this $48 price. That's how I was able to get it down to $43.20. But if we just buy, once again, 20 units of this product, that's another $300. So we're at $800 in potential profit. And I'm not encouraging you guys to buy every single one of these products, but I'm showing you guys how we found so many profitable opportunities that now you're able to look through these and decide which ones are the best for you and your business, right? Which ones bring you the safest profit, the most profit, the fastest profit. And then you're able to, pick out the ones that make the most sense for your business. This product's selling a little bit faster. I would buy a little bit more units, maybe 40 units of this one. So that's another $200. We're at about $1,000 in profit. Let me show you guys a few more examples, right? Let's just hit 10 of this one, 100. So we're at $1,100. This product, let's just say we do 10 units as well, 200. Right? So that's there. I'm buying very conservative amounts of units just to show you guys how easy it is to find potential profit for these products. I think I'm at 1,300. Let's say I buy 20 units of this one. So this one's a little bit low, and this is why I tell people, right? Imagine this is the product that you found. You're buying 20 units because it's a slower seller, and this product out of all the other products only makes you $56, right? So now you can decide between the other ones and end up buying one of the other ones. So let's leave it at 13. I won't even count this one as profitable, although it is good for beginners. Let's check out the next one. So let's do 20 units here, 95. I'm going to round up 100 just because I had extra profit on other ones, $1,400 in profit. I'll just do limited units here, like 50. So let's just add another 150. I think we're at 1,550 in profit. 20 units here. If we were at 1,550, we're at 1,950 now. I'll skip this one just because we already, actually this is a different one. Is this one? Okay, it is showing in stock and available $5. So we'll go ahead and count this 600. I'll just buy 60 units, 10% of that. Right, so 60 units, another 129. I forgot how much profit we were at. I think we're at like 1,650 now. I think I'm behind a little bit, but it's all good. It's all good. 60. I just wanted to get to $2,000. Another $300. We're at 1,950. I think I might have been at 19 already. This product, let's say 40 units, not so crazy. I'll just leave it at 1,900. Cool, let's just say I found $1,900 in profit. I'm happy with that, right? But I wanted to show you just from scrolling down one page where results are found for me. I'm looking at recently posted products. That's what's possible in one day. And a lot of these products can sell a lot more units to the point where I can make more money as well, right? But this is what your goal is on Amazon. You need a tool like this to be able to use it. So what I was kind of putting together here is a few things. Now, when you're starting to use Stealth Seller, what you realize is that it all comes down to the sellers that you monitor, right? The sellers that you monitor that's what your business is going to be based on. So how can we find good sellers? Now I'm going to zoom in on this point right here. And I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the problems that I see a lot of beginner sellers have, right? You either can't find enough profitable products, you don't have enough time every single day to spend just for searching, you want to find better products, or you're looking for things that are easier to ungate. And the desired outcomes obviously are, you see how with Stealth Seller you're going to be able to do that. But the point I wanted to make is how everything is all based on the sellers that you monitor. I was pointing it out here, right? The type of products that you see, the margins that you end up with will all come down to that. So this was actually an example where we were going to show how we found 13 leads in 9 minutes. I ended up finding about 22 leads that I showed you on one page. And that took me under 30 minutes as well. So that's something that's pretty awesome. But how are we able to have such a high accuracy, right? With SellerAmp, you're looking through hundreds of products. You have 1% to 2% of products you're going to find profitably. If I just show you my recent stats from this past week, it says that I found 111 products and I only had to look through 183 listings. So 61% of listings that I interacted with, I ended up finding profitably. That's absolutely insane, right? So I wanted to be able to show you guys how you're able to set up your Stealth Seller similarly to mine. That way you're able to get the same results, right? So I tell people, where can we find good sellers as beginners? And there's two main places that I wanted to highlight. The first place that you should start is from a listing that you already know is profitable that has more than 10 sellers on the listing, right? So let's say we go back here to this very first product that we started with, right? We know this product is profitable and we know how this product is profitable. We know where people are buying it. We know the deal that they're using, the price that they're getting, and the profit they're able to make, right? So because we know what these other people are doing, we can assume they're running a similar business and we can start looking through these sellers to find sellers that work for us. The other type of seller that you can start from, or a type of listing you can start from, is a listing that has gotten too saturated, right? So something that's no longer profitable, that had way too much competition on the listing. And we linked this here. I'll show this to you guys as an example. The reason I'm willing to use this listing to find more sellers is look what happened here. It was selling for a good price. Those prices came down as the competition went up. Now there was 88 sellers on this listing while there was only 100 monthly sales. There was way too much competition. And because of that, the prices fell down. So all of these people, they had the right intention. They knew they found a product online and they're selling it on Amazon for a profit. So even though this is no longer a good product for us, right? We can still look through these sellers. We have a big list of sellers, 58 sellers that we know are doing the same business, finding cheap online, selling back on Amazon for a profit. So I can start going through these sellers, opening up their profiles, and then adding them to Stealth Seller to start monitoring those sellers. Does that make sense? So those are the two types of places I would start. A place where you know a product is profitable and you see clearly how people are making money. If you don't know how someone's making money, don't assume a listing is good, right? You need to know how people are making that profit, or a listing that you understood how it was profitable, but it's too competitive now. Now, once you're on these listings, right, you don't just want to start monitoring any sellers at all. I have some advice for the types of sellers that you actually want to monitor, right? So I always encourage people to monitor sellers that have enough ASINs and have brands that you're familiar with. So what do I mean by that? We opened up multiple of these storefronts, right? And we can see the first person, they have over 500 products and they have brands that we recognize: Under Armour, MAC, 32 Degrees, Yankee Candle, Adidas, Puma, Kirkland, right? These are all brands that I know can be resold back on Amazon. So it's obvious to me, this person has so many products that they consistently post. That means if I start monitoring them, they'll send me consistent notifications. And I know they're selling brands that are Amazon friendly, right? That are arbitrage friendly. So I know I'll end up getting good notifications. I'm willing to add this seller, right? When it comes to this person only has 58 products. If they only have 58 products and half of them are from one brand, right? That means they're not going to be posting that often. Stealth Seller is all about getting constant notifications, so that way you can let Stealth Seller find those results for you, right? So you want to add sellers that are going to consistently be posting. The more posts you are getting on Stealth Seller a day, the more products you're going to be able to find. People are like, hey Hamza, how are you finding 20 profitable products in a single day? And I tell people, well, if you think about it, right? If I scroll down, In just the last 8 hours, there's been 100 products posted. In the last 24 hours, I'm monitoring enough sellers to the point where there's 300 to 400 products that are being uploaded here every single day. And I'm not wasting my time looking at all of them. I'm filtering down to what actually makes sense. But ultimately, the reason I'm able to find 20 profitable products every single day is I'm getting notified about hundreds, right? Out of hundreds of products, of course, I'm going to find a certain amount of them for a profitable price. So that's really one of the main points I wanted to make, is how important it is to add the right sellers that are posting often and they're selling brands that you know you're familiar with, right? This person just doesn't post enough. The next seller, they're also a little bit under 100 products. So I like to encourage people to look for sellers that have over 100 listings and brands that you are familiar with. Over 100 listings and brands that you are familiar with, right? So to show you guys some examples of this, let's take a look here. You can see this product or this seller, we're considering them good because they have over 100 products and they have brands that we recognize, right? Kong, Miss Myers, Bill Jack, Foster Grant, Bob's Red Mill, Burton, Carpe, Food Saver, Glossier. If you're not familiar with these, it's okay. You might be new. You will get familiar. So keep showing up to some of these videos and paying attention, just getting familiar with brands. And this person's almost getting there. I just kind of put them here because the brands were recognizable. I figured I'd show you guys example of some brands that are a little bit better. But let's take a look at some other examples that are not so good, right? When I tell people I want them to have enough products, there's also a limit. So I want you to look for sellers that have over 100 listings, but also probably under 800, right? If they have way too many listings, like 3,000, this person's probably running a much higher operation. They're just going to be flooding your stealth seller, and you're not going to end up, being able to keep up or find a lot of those products profitably. So make sure you cap yourself out too. Don't just monitor someone that has a whole bunch of products, right? Now, the next thing after this one is this seller, right? They just seem to be a little too niche down into one category. Whenever I tend to see a seller that's like primarily selling just one main category, a lot of times they have a supplier, a distributor that they're working with where they have special access to products, and you're probably not going to be able to find their products and keep up with them. So if someone is very focused on one niche, I also like to avoid that. And then in this situation, what you see is just some brands that we are familiar with, knowing that they are hard gated in some situations. So that's kind of what I would avoid. But altogether, a lot of you guys are understanding what stealth seller is now, right? You understand why it makes sense instead of storefront stalking regularly. You now understand what it's able to do for you. I found over 22 products. I didn't even open up all of them. I could open up more of them. But even just from the ones I had open, right, we found about $2,000 in profit. Now, what I'm going to wrap this up with is a few last tips and tricks that I would implement for stealth seller, and just a little bit more about navigating stealth seller, right? So a lot of you guys understand adding sellers. You understand that you can turn on this privacy mode to be able to hide your sellers. You understand that instead of clicking on each seller one by one, you can click the all sellers feed, and then you can see all of the products from every seller in one place, right? You guys have seen me utilize the filters, so you're going to be able to apply the filters of your choosing. Feel free to play around with them. Once you apply them, you can save the filters that you like. So that ends up being awesome. You know that every time you find a profitable product and you bookmark it, it'll show up in your saved products. So you have a big list of products that you're able to save. Now, the next couple of things I'm going to show you are, one is your sellers page. So this is where you're able to also see an organized list of all of the sellers that you're monitoring, right? And what you're able to do is you're able to filter this by, hey, how often are people posting? This person hasn't posted in 25 days. I should probably remove that seller and replace them with somebody that's posting more often, right? This person these two people haven't posted in 18 days, but this person I found 8 products from, right? Maybe I want to be a little bit more patient. Maybe they're on vacation, they'll come back. But this person, I've only found 1 product from them, right? Let me go ahead and get rid of the seller. They haven't been posting consistently. So I'll click here, I'll click remove seller, and then I'll get rid of that seller as well, right? So I'm able to filter through all of these different options to be able to see, hey, who's actively posting, who's not. That way I can continue making my stealth seller better and better, right? So that's something that's really cool. Now, the last thing that I wanted to be able to show here is the Seller Explorer page. This is really going to be for new sellers. I think the best sellers you're going to find are going to be the ones where I showed you how to find them. Start from listings that you know are profitable, go through these sellers and add the ones that meet your criteria. But if you're absolutely new and you're really struggling to find new sellers, you can go to our Seller Explorer page where you're going to be presented with sellers that are actively posting over the last couple of weeks, and they're selling name brand products as well. You're able to hover over these sellers, see the types of products that they're posting, and get an idea of, hey, is this something that makes sense for me and my business? And then if it does make sense, you can go ahead and go through, you can add that seller, and you'll be able to start monitoring those sellers as well. So I'll go ahead and add this seller. I'll just add a few of these to kind of show you guys what that looks like. So that'll be something that's pretty awesome. Cool. Now, I think that wraps up a pretty good tutorial for Stealth Seller. I'm really excited for more of you guys to be able to use it. I think a lot of you guys are able to clearly see how insane it is to not only have a much more organized strategy for storefront stocking, you're getting presented fresh products, you're filtering through the ones that don't make sense, you're storefront stocking up to 200 sellers at once, but now Stealth Seller is also bringing on the feature to be able to automatically search for these products online for you. So you can even see $50 available for $35. Maybe we can get an extra discount and get it for a little bit of a cheaper price as well. I see, look, more of these products being posted for like $18 to $20 on Amazon, and they're available online for cheaper prices. So, and these just got posted while we were recording, so I haven't actually gone through and searched for them, but maybe we'll go through and find some more of these products, and I'll find these profitably as well. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope this was helpful for you. You have a good idea. If you have any more questions, thoughts, concerns, definitely feel free to leave any comments, send us a message asking any questions that you might have, and I'll definitely put more tutorials and informational videos together. But have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay blessed and stay profitable. All right, guys, so if you found this video helpful, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe so you can see more content just like this. And if you want to try out Stealth Seller for yourself, I'm giving everybody a 7-day free trial so you can go ahead and get started and help your business get to the next level. If you guys want to take advantage of that, just click the second link down in the description below and it's all yours. If you guys need any more breakdowns or have any questions, thoughts, concerns, definitely feel free to leave a comment and I will make more breakdowns and more content to help you guys out. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Stay blessed, stay profitable, and peace out.